Hi all, today we are going to see verification of half-wave and full-wave rectifier using both Tinkercad as well as one mobile software Practo. So let us start with the half-wave and the full-wave rectifier. Let us assume the rectifier major purpose is to convert from AC or bidirectional current to the unidirectional current. So we are not discussing about the pure DC, how the diode works, only that we are going to see now. So let us assume there is a AC supply. AC supply is given like this. So for this AC supply, either supply can be connected through a transformer or supply can be directly connected. Let us assume I am connecting to a diode, and let us assume RL is my load resistance. I am connecting to the load. I want to know what will be the voltage across the load and what will be the voltage across the diode. So now during the positive half cycle of your supply, that means during this positive half cycle of the supply, this diode, whatever diode is there, this diode will be forward biased. So voltage across the diode, because it will act as a closed switch, it will be 0. Entire supply voltage will appear across your load. That means your entire supply will appear across your load. And how much voltage will appear across your load? It will be your supply voltage minus voltage drop due to the diode. Voltage drop due to diode will be 0.7 volts. So your supply voltage minus 0.7 volts, that will come to your output. So after half cycle, because the negative half cycle will start, during the negative half cycle, this side is negative when compared to the second side. So the diode get reverse biased. When the diode get reverse biased, it will act as a open switch. It will act as a open switch. Whatever is your supply voltage, that voltage will drop across this. So across your load, the voltage will be 0 because diode acts as an open switch. It is extreme high resistance. So entire voltage will drop here. No voltage will appear across your load. So now again coming to the positive half cycle, next positive half cycle, again output will appear across your load. Same thing is the case after half cycle. Again it will act as a open circuit. So it will be 0. And again it will appear like this. This will be my shape of my output waveform. This is about half wave rectifier. Because it is only converting half of your total wave, that's why it is called as the half wave rectifier. So in this case, the output voltage, that VL, will be equal to your supply voltage minus voltage drop across the diode, that will be equal to 0.7 volts. So let us take another case. I am taking the supply. I am just making the small change in the connection. This is my supply. Let us assume I have just connected like this. I have connected this diode. So this diode I am representing with D1. Let us assume I am taking my resistor here. This is my load resistance. And the second side of the load resistance is also connected to another diode D2. Another diode D2. And let us see what will be the voltage drop across your load resistance. So again same thing, during the positive half cycle, both the diode D1 and D2 will be forward biased. So entire voltage will appear across your load. So this is the voltage across your load, or this is nothing but VL. So it will come to your output. Again during the negative half cycle, both diode D1, D2 are reverse biased. So output voltage will not come. Again during the next positive half cycle, output voltage will come. So in this case, this output voltage, this VL, will be equal to Vs minus 2 times of 0.7. Only this much will come. The instantaneous value at any instant. So this one. Getting it? Because two diodes are connected in series, 2 times of 0.7 will go. And during the negative half cycle, the diodes are reverse biased. So half of the voltage is divided among these two diodes. That means during the negative half cycle only the voltage will come. But this voltage will be whatever is your supply voltage divided by 2. That much voltage will drop across each diode during the negative half cycle. Okay, now I am making a small change to this one. So now I want to convert that to the full wave rectifier. So in order to convert this to the full wave rectifier, what I am doing? So I am just trying to draw it here. So the full wave rectifier can be obtained like this. I am taking a supply. So for this one, so same thing like before, this is my diode D1. So here I have connected to the resistance. This is my load resistance RL. Here there is my diode D2. So, but I want my output should appear both in the positive as well as a negative half cycle. You can see here output is coming only during the positive half cycle. If you are reversing these two diodes, that means diode D1 and D2 are reverse the direction, then in that case this will conduct only during the negative half cycle. This will conduct only during the negative half cycle. I want to combine them in such a way for both half cycle it will give the positive output only. That means in both cases the current direction will be from left to right only. I want, because of D1 and D2, the conduction will be like this. This is D1 and D2. So I want to connect the another diodes in such a way, even when your supply voltage is negative, that means negative means during this time, during this negative half cycle, during that time also it should conduct in this direction. So for that, how can I conduct? I want some diode which will be forward biased. So I am connecting here. This diode is D3, and here I am providing the return path to this one because this should return back. So this one I have connected here, D3 and D4. So now during the positive half cycle, the current will pass like this. So it is coming here. This is during positive half cycle. So output voltage is coming. So now coming during the negative half cycle, diode D3 and D4 are forward bias. So it will conduct like this. So this is during negative half cycle. That means during negative half cycle also you can see it is passing from left to right only. That's why the voltage drop across your load will be, because it depends on the current direction, it will be in the same direction. This is due to diode D3 and D4. So this is called as the bridge rectifier. Why it is called as a bridge rectifier? The reason I am just going to draw here. So this can be represented in this way. So this is my supply. So this is the common point. That common point I have taken here. From this, the diodes are connected like this. This is one diode and the second diode. So dissimilar ends of two diodes are connected like this. So here the resistance is connected. So here whichever is coming like this, it will go like this and it should return back. So this diode is connected like this. And during the negative half cycle, this diode will forward bias. So one diode is connected like this. So how to remember this? You can see two dissimilar ends are connected here also. Similarly, two dissimilar ends are connected here. Both the arrow is pointing towards this terminal, so that it will come to your load. This is my load resistance RL. So it will be plus and this side will be minus. So diodes I am numbering D1, D2, D3 and D4. So here you can see both direction they will allow the current direction like this only. Similarly here both allow the current direction in this direction only. That means during positive half cycle D1 through D2 it will go. During negative half cycle to D3, RL and D4 it will go. In both cases the current passes in this direction only. So as it is resembling a bridge, that's why it is called as the bridge rectifier. There is one more type of rectifier that is called as center tap transformer type rectifier. The major disadvantage of the bridge rectifier is here 4 diodes are required. And second one, during the forward conduction mode or during the conduction, you can see this your load voltage will be equal to Vs minus 2 times of 0.7, because 2 diodes are connected in series, 0.7 and 0.7, that much voltage is dropping. So if you want to decrease the voltage drop, because particularly the case when your supply voltage is very less, then this drop is huge, we cannot take the risk of G2 into 0.7. So in that case, we go for another type of rectifier that is called as center tap transformer types. But for center tap transformer case, a cost will increase drastically because one extra center tap transformer will be required. But whichever case your output voltage required is less, then in that case, in order to drop due to that 0.7 volts drop we want to decrease, so that's why we go for this center tap type rectifier. So center tap type rectifier I am drawing here. So it will be like this. In the center the tapping will be done. So let us assume it is plus and minus. So let us assume if you are applying some 12 volts in the primary, it will divide. Here 6 volts will come, here 6 volts will come. Only half of the voltage will come at your output. That means if you want that output voltage should be some 12 volts, then input should be double the value. So that is the major limitation of this one. So otherwise this can be used particularly for low voltage applications where you want the drop should be minimum. This is my RL. So this is one diode. Second diode will be connected like this. Getting it? This I am taking as diode D1. This I am taking as diode D2. So here again taking the supply. This is my supply. So when the supply is positive, so again this will be like that during positive half cycle, this will be positive. And it will be like that during positive half cycle because this will be taken as a reference point. So with respect to this reference point, we have already seen in the center tap transformer rectifier, this will be negative. So as this is negative, diode D2 is reverse biased, D1 is forward biased. So the current will pass like this during the positive half cycle. This is plus minus. So this is during positive half cycle of supply. So during the negative half cycle of the supply, what will happen? So this will become negative. So diode D1 is reverse bias and this will be 180 degrees opposite to this one with respect to this reference point. So this will be forward biased. So diode D2 will be forward biased. So current will pass like this. It will pass in this direction. This is in the case of negative half cycle. So now your load voltage, whatever voltage you are telling, your load voltage will come like this. This is my load voltage VL. Load voltage VL. So your load voltage will be, as it is a center tap transformer, half of the voltage will come. That means whatever is your primary voltage, supply voltage divided by 2. So minus 0.7. This much will come. Accordingly, you have to design the transformation ratio, or the number of turns should be adjusted such that this is the case when your turns ratio are 1:1. So if you are increasing the turns ratio accordingly, then this can become equal to Vs. So this way it will convert. So I am just concluding. So this center tap type transformer is used for low voltage applications because decrease the voltage drop due to diode, and for all high voltage applications where your supply voltage is more or output voltage is more, we always prefer to go for the bridge type rectifier. So this is what you have to observe. So let us try to implement these circuits using the Tinkercad software first. After that we will go to the mobile software. So for that I am opening the Tinkercad. So this is the Tinkercad. So first you have to go to the circuit. After that you have to go to create new circuit. So once you go to the create new circuit, so it is just loading. So for this, the basic thing that is required is a breadboard. So I am just searching for the breadboard. So breadboard. So for example, I am taking some breadboard. This breadboard I am placing here. So this breadboard I am just rotating so that the connection will be easy. So let me place again. So this I have placed here. So I have just rotated this one. Okay, this is placed here. So then after the breadboard, the things that is required is I need a supply. So supply, I think name is directly not available. You have to go to the all components. So after that, if you scroll down, you will get that one because I want to give the AC supply to this one. So here you can see function generator is available. This function generator I am using for supplying to this one. So supply frequency, let us assume I am just taking some 50 Hz supply. And let us assume the amplitude I want to take little bit more so that we can easily visualize it. And the remaining offset and everything I just make it 0. I want sine wave. Okay, this one is done. So then to measure the output, I need the oscilloscope. So I am connecting one oscilloscope to measure the input. And one oscilloscope I am just using for measuring your supply voltage, and another oscilloscope I am using to measure the voltage across your diode or across the load or whatever the case, depending on our requirement we will connect it. So after this, the next one that will be required will be one diode is required and one resistor is required. So for this I am going to the diode. So I am going for the diode. So diode I have placed here. So the diode I am rotating. So after rotating, I am just placing it somewhere. I have placed it. So then I need a resistor. So for this, just delete everything. Generally, it will be there on the top only. So resistor I have connected as my output. So resistor value I am taking as 1 kilo ohm. So diode you can see here, this side is P, this side will be N. Because this arrow, whatever is coming, this color strip, that will be on the N side of the diode. So now I am making the connection. So this positive is connected to the diode. So this negative one I am connecting to your load. This is connected now. So I want to measure my supply voltage. So supply voltage I am connecting positive to positive. Similarly, I am connecting my negative of this one to the negative. So they are properly connected now. So now coming to the output, I want to measure the voltage drop across the diode as well as I want to measure the voltage across your this one. So for that I am just connecting it here. And this one I am connecting in the second side. So this measures the voltage drop across the diode. Similarly, this one I want to measure the output voltage. So output voltage. So I am just connecting it here negative. This measures the voltage drop across your load. This measures the voltage drop across your load. So you will get the idea how it is varying. So once this is done, so I can just simulate my circuit and see how the output is coming. You can see here when I simulate, because it is coming very huge value, let us try to decrease the frequency so that we can see it easily. I have decreased the frequency. So let it stabilize. So then we will observe how it is coming. So you can see that only half of the waveform is coming at your output. Let us decrease it further. So 1 Hz I have made. So now you can visualize easily. So when the output is positive, that means when the diode is conducting, the output is positive. And for another half cycle, the diode is reverse biased. So entire voltage is dropping across your diode. You can see that entire voltage is dropping across your diode. So same thing is the case, this is your supply. So only half of the wave is coming at your output. So I am just making this frequency as some 2 Hz because it is not moving. So it will start moving. You can observe this. You can see it is moving. So this way it is dropping, half of the waveform only is coming. So let us go to the second case. Second case means I am connecting one more diode in series and then I can convert in the form of a bridge rectifier. For that I am just stopping the simulation. I am just deleting the connections whichever will be confusing for me. So this one. Let us try to connect the bridge rectifier. So for connecting the bridge rectifier, what should we do? This should be connected horizontally. So this, let us assume I am connecting here. So this one is a turn. So this one is connected here. So now one more diode is required, that diode. So this will be diode D1, this will be diode D2. So now two more diodes are required, so that I am keeping here. So this I have to rotate. So this is one diode. Similarly, I am placing one more diode here. This will conduct during the negative half cycle. This I have to rotate to upward direction. So you can see current will enter like this. It will pass through the load resistance and return back. So these two should be connected together. These are connected together. Similarly, these two should be connected together. So now your supply positive should be given to this one. This is the positive. And similarly, your supply negative I am connecting here. So positive and negative are connected. So then coming to your output. So let us measure the output. So this output, I am using this one. This positive I am connecting to the positive side. And this negative I have connected to the negative or the second side terminal. Okay, let us delete it and connect again. This is not connected properly. So I have connected to the negative side. Similarly, this one I am connecting across any one diode to see how the voltage is coming up across the diode. So now I am running the simulation. Let us see the input and the output waveforms. So input, you can see you are giving a sine wave. So output, you can see output is coming as full wave output is coming. So across any one diode, you can see only for half cycle it is reverse biased, half cycle it is forward biased. That means half cycle, you can see the voltage drop across, this gap is coming because there is a drop of 0.7 volts across the diode during the remaining half cycle. So your output voltage will be your input voltage minus that difference in the voltage will become 0.7 plus 0.7, 1.5 volts will differentiate, remaining will come across your output. So let us check the same way across some other thing. So for that I am taking one more oscilloscope. So this one more oscilloscope I have connected here. So let us see across the another diode. That means the second diode will measure. So for that, this is the negative terminal. So this negative terminal, let us connect to here. This positive terminal I am connecting. Okay, we are already measuring across this one, right? Okay, let us try to delete this one. Because this diode and this diode will act in combination. So let us measure across this resistance. So across this diode, so this positive I am connecting here. And this negative terminal I am connecting in the second side of the diode. So now I am again running the simulation. So now you can see when the first set of diodes are forward biased, you can see drop is 0.7 volts. The second set of diode is reverse biased during the time. It is reverse biased during the time and your output will be unidirectional. So in this way we can verify the bridge rectifier. But in order to verify the center tap transformer rectifier, that we need the software in the mobile. Open the Play Store and type there Proto. It will come with Proto Circuit Simulator. Just install it. So once this is installed, so then we will see how to implement it. The symbol will be P. You can see I have implemented here. That is P. So when you open this, if any workspace or any previous project is there, it will show here. Otherwise, we have to go to the plus symbol there, which is given there. You have to hit that plus symbol, simulate. So once you go here, it is see, it is looking blank. So you have to add the components. So in order to add the components, the plus symbol will be used. When you click on the plus symbol, just go on adding. I am adding a AC voltage source, similarly a resistor, and we need 2 diodes for implementing and 2 transformers I am connecting. So for that, I am taking two transformers so that I can make the center tap transformer connection, because here center tap transformer is not there, and after that one resistor and the ground is required. I have made all the things. So now I am just rearranging them so that I can make the connections and then get the output waveform. So you can see I am just moving. For moving anything, you have to press and hold on a particular item and then drag it. It will move there. You can see I am dragging and keeping both the transformers. Then similarly, I have to adjust my diodes. So according to the bridge rectifier, that center tap transformer type rectifier, I am just trying to adjust it. So it is not moving. So I am adjusting the other components accordingly so that it can be easily connected. So let us try to adjust that one. Okay, now once this is done, so after that the next step will be second diode will be connected in the second place. That also I am just rotating. So once it is rotated, so you can keep there. For rotating, you have to use the third button from the bottom in the left side. So third button from the bottom in the left side, and then similar way I have rotated the resistor, I have kept there. So now the ground will be placed near to the transformer. So what you have to do, we have to move the ground. That ground will be placed there. So once all the things are placed, then let us see how to do the configurations and how to do the connections. So for that, in order to do the configuration of the voltage source, so there is a top symbol. When you click on the voltage source, you can see one symbol is coming which is called edit parameters. Click on the voltage, you have to edit the voltage. So I have configured the voltage. Similarly, you can configure the frequency also, whatever frequency you want to keep. Let us take for example, I am keeping some frequency so that the waveform will be visible to me. Okay, similar way you have to configure the other parameters by clicking on the configure. So now after that, we have to configure the transformers. So transformer transformation ratio should be 1:1. So I am taking the ratio 1:1. You have to take the transformation ratio accordingly, whether you want to step down or step up according to that. After that, make the connections. For making the connections, I have just click on the bubble and then click on the bubble of the second bubble, then automatically wire will come between them. You click on each bubble, then click on another bubble, wire will come automatically. You just go on clicking in that way so that all the connections will be made. You can see here I am making the connections accordingly, according to our diagram only. So similar is the case for the other things. That ground also should be connected. So sometimes it doesn't connect properly because free software this issue will be there. So you just make the connections accordingly. So now you can see that all the connections are made. Once the connections are made, there is a button, run button. When you press on the run button, it will start running. It will start running. So once you press on the run button, then you can decide which particular component you want to display. For that, you have to use the scope option, third option. Click on the scope, they have selected the voltage. So that's why voltage waveform is coming at your output. So I can adjust my circuit accordingly. So output waveform is coming. You can see the waveform started. So output waveform, you can see it is coming as a full wave waveform. It is coming the full wave. So in that way, we can prove that it is converting, the full wave is coming at your output. So similarly, I can measure the voltage across any other element also. Like for example, when I delete one diode, you can see here one diode is disconnected, so it becomes the half wave. Similarly, let us try to disconnect the another diode and see. When I disconnect the connection of the second diode, so you can see again it is converted to half wave. So when single diode is working, it will work as a half wave. When both the diodes are connecting, it is acting as a full wave rectifier. Let us try to connect back and see how it will work. So when those are connected again back, you can see now the full wave is coming. So after this, if you want to measure the voltage drop across any diode, so same procedure you have to follow. Click on any respective element which you want to measure. So then go to the parameters, you have to change there. Like for example, across the diode, you have to go to the scope parameter. When you click it, the scope option will come. Select the value, voltage or current. Like I am selected the voltage. You can see whichever color is displaying there in the rectangular block across that element, same color the waveform will display there. You can see across the diode, for half cycle it is conducting, half cycle it is reverse biased. That's why voltage is coming in reverse. So same thing is the case, we can check across the second diode as well by keeping some color in this way. So second diode, for example, I have clicked now. So the second diode also I am selecting the voltage. You can see the second diode color is different. So two colors are coming there. One diode is reverse biased for half cycle, another diode for another half cycle. Whereas your output is coming as positive only. Output is coming as positive. So by this, we can conclude that the center tap transformer type full wave rectifier is verified. I think that everything you have understood how to use the Proto software and how to use the Tinkercad. If you still have any doubts or any queries, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. I will answer to your queries from there. Thank you very much.